Hey, what's up guys, NGH here. Welcome to another FIFA 21 career mode video. Today we're going to be talking about the squad development, the plans, the training, all of that good stuff that's new in career mode this year. A massive thank you to the EA Game Changers Network for allowing me to have access to this early build, which I should say is not the final product. But let's get straight into this. So what is the new development plan feature? So basically guys, what you need to do is reset what you're thinking training is for this new game. Training is different now, and it does not feel the same, and it is not the same. So, for example, if you were to go ahead and start up a FIFA 20 career mode, you would then select 5 players that you want to train. That isn't what you do in FIFA 21. Training is just a way to get match sharpness up, and their fitness will go down. It doesn't necessarily directly impact their stats and how the stats grow. That is now in development plans. So you've got to completely change the way you're thinking. If you're playing FIFA 20, it's all about, right, this player, I want him to be as high rated as possible, as soon as possible. I'm going to put him in 5 training drills and I'm going to train him every single week. It's not like that in FIFA 21. First of all, when you go to do training, which you can do as many times as you want in this game, you can make it every few days, you can make it every day, you can decide that plan yourself, or the schedule, I guess I should call it. What it will do is randomly select players for you, which you can then go ahead and adjust yourself. You can go down to change players. You can change the drill itself. As I've mentioned already, you have to do each training drill yourself once to get an actual result. So let's say I did this defending scenarios one and I got myself a B. Every time I simulate it from then onwards, it would be a B. Basically, you want to do each training drill once, twice, maybe 3 times until you get an A, and then you will get an A every single time. This is actually something I don't think should be in the game. I'm not a fan of that, to be honest. I think you should be able to opt into that or just have a randomly generated training result, just like in previous FIFAs. I think that probably makes more sense. Whilst this is great, maybe for the first few career modes, after a while, I think it might get a little bit tedious having to do the training drills once every single time. Not everyone wants to do them, to be fair. So maybe in FIFA 22, they could make it something you can choose, whether you want it to be randomly generated or based off your own training. So what you would do then is, hopefully you'd get more than Ds. I'm going to get a D because I have not played these training drills, as you can see there. So all this does is reduces the fitness by 10, and it gives them a sharpness increase. And the sharpness increase is determined based on how well you did the training. So a D is going to give you a +2. I believe an A gives you a +8. I might be wrong. I haven't done too much testing of the training itself. I've been busy doing other videos as well. But that's what training is. Now, let's talk about the main topic of this video, and that is development plans. So what you want to do is go into your squad hub and take a look at your team. You want to make sure you decide what you want to do with your players before it's too late, because a lot of the development plans, especially for older players, take quite some time. You know, if you want to change an older player's position, it can take up to a season sometimes. If you want to change their training drill and increase certain stats, just like you would with training before, but now it's in development plans, that can also take some time. So with the older players, you definitely want to go ahead and check what you want to do early, as early as possible. With young players like Kieran Tierney, for example, he's 23, it's a lot quicker. He's got an official face, by the way. It's a lot quicker to then change his position to improve his other stats that maybe are not his strongest. It is a lot to do with age. So let's talk about development plans. When you go onto their profile here, or if you click X or A, you can see here you've got all the usual options, but the first one you want to go into is development plans. So Kieran Tierney, what do we want to do with him? Let's say I want to make him a centre-back. So new in FIFA 21, you can change player positions, and this, I think, is one of the biggest new things in the game. It really is good fun. I love it. So what you want to do is look down the left side, just above my camera. You've got growth and you've got position. Now, the first thing you've got to realise, it took me a little while, I couldn't believe it when I found out, but you can only use one of these options. You cannot have a growth one selected, so one of these, and a position one selected as well. You can only choose one. I was an idiot. I had one selected here and one selected on position. That does not work. You can only choose one. So I think it was Callum Chambers. I think I had him on defensive centre-back or ball-playing centre-back maybe. And I also had him changed to CDM. I think I had him changed to. But when I clicked off of position and chose one of these growth ones, it deselected his position change. So what you've got to realise is these position changes actually change their stats as well. It doesn't just change position, it changes what stats are being improved. So if I wanted to make Kieran Tierney a centre-back, it will also improve his interceptions, heading, defensive awareness, stand tackling, his jumping, his strength, and his aggression. All of those are going to go up by 3, except from the physical ones. They're going up by 2. Depending on the amount of chevrons they have next to each stat, that's how quickly they're going to improve. So if I was to select that, that is what's going to happen. But what I thought originally was I could have one of each. So then I would go on to maybe attacking wide back, and I would also improve his pace and his passing, a little bit of dribbling, a little bit of defending. But no, it doesn't work. You can only pick one. So in this case, let's say we do want to keep Kieran Tierney training to be a centre-back, then I can do that. So what you want to do then is just back out. Or you can use L1 and R1 to go through each player. So we've got Kolasinac there. So with someone like Socrates, who is 32 years old, 84 rated, you can't really do anything. Unfortunately, he has gone past his sell-by date, his use-by date. He is not possible to be trained into a different position. It says his ETA is not available. Normally, you would see how many weeks it would take. And you can also see his stats are not going to improve at all. He's too old. He's past it. And to be fair, although it kind of sucks sometimes, let's say you do sign an older player, but you really do want to change his position, you just can't. But I guess it has to be balanced somehow. Although it's offline, it shouldn't really matter, should it? You'll also notice in the growth tab here, you can't expect to have any improvements with a player this old. However, it does actually mean something in this game. So I might have explained it in the Barcelona mini-series I'm doing, but if we back out here and go into... actually, that's the wrong tab. If we go into my squad here, so you'll notice that if I put Socrates into the team here, when you play a player out of position in FIFA 21, they lose stats. Now, apparently this was already in the game. It just wasn't something that you could actually see. So if you put Socrates onto the left here, you'll see he loses 11 overall. That is a lot. It's very, very harsh. Now, normally people would be like, who cares? Because you couldn't see it in FIFA 20. It didn't matter. You could play a player in any position and it wouldn't bother you because you wouldn't know that their stats have actually gone down. But according to the guys at EA that I spoke to a few weeks ago, it was. This was happening. You just couldn't see it. But even more importantly now, it is ugly to see your team with warnings all over the place, with minus ratings. You want to make sure that players are playing in their proper positions. So that's why it is important to do the player training position. You want the position training. What am I trying to get out here? The position training. That's what you want to change. You want to make sure you get the players in the right position. Even Saka here, because he's not a left back or a left wing back, he is out of position. He will lose stats. So in this scenario, you probably want to move him up to left mid just so he doesn't lose those stats. Or you train his position to be a left wing back. So I don't want to save that. Let's back out. So let's go back into the development plan. You'll also notice after a while that players reach their potential in the game, and it tells you that they're finished, that they've reached a good level and that they're not going to improve anymore. That also can happen. So just keep your mind up, keep your eyes open for that one. So let's see if we want to... So David Louise, again, probably too old to make any changes to him. If you wanted to make him a CDM, you're not going to be able to. Okay, so a really good example would be Maitland-Niles because he can play in so many different positions in real life. He's very versatile. Let's say I wanted to improve his defending stats because I'm happy with him being a right wing back, but maybe you want him to be a left wing back. Now, what you might want to do in this situation, because he's already capable of playing as a defender, he won't lose too many stats if you play him slightly out of position. What you might want to do then is improve his stats first. So I want to make him a bit more of a defensive player, I would then probably go with defensive wing back. I would do a few weeks of this. You can see the ETA is now showing when he's going to rank up. So he's a little bit on his way to 76. In 11 weeks with this development plan, he will hit 76 rated in 11 weeks. So you can really control it. You can see when players are going to upgrade. It's not just, oh, I hope I get an A in my training this week. Oh, look at that. He got a B. He will hit the next level in the next week. Now you can actually tell at what point they will actually improve. So let's say we did a few weeks of that. He got to 76, and then, bang, you go into position training and convert him to maybe a left wing back, which is going to take 2 weeks. So the next thing I want to show you guys, and this is one of the most underrated things as well. What is one of the most annoying things about career mode when maybe you get a youth academy player? It's their weak foot, their skill moves, and their work rates. Okay, so for example, you might find, if I scroll to, let's go to, has Mustafi got high defensive? He does. Okay, David Louise is a good example. Oh, actually, no, he's not because he's old. Damn it, I won't be able to train him so well. Bellerin, is he high? Oh, this is a really good example. So he's got high attacking and low defensive work rate. Now, it wouldn't matter in this team because Bellerin is going to be playing on that right side. He's going to be going down the wings. It works out. But let's say you change to a 4-3-3 and you want him to be a little bit more defensive. You want to change that defensive work rate. Well, guess what, guys? You can do that in FIFA 21. Go over to the squad hub and then you want to go ahead and get Bellerin into the development plan. And what you can do is in the growth plans, you can actually adjust in the top right corner their skill moves, their weak foot, their attacking work rate, and their defensive work rate. So if I wanted to improve his defensive work rate, we want to train him as a wide back. If you went for attacking wide back, he would then get a better attacking work rate, which of course he's already got high, so you're not going to see an improvement there. You can adjust their weak foot, train that using inverted wing back, and you can also do defensive with the defensive wide back. And of course, you've got balanced, which improves everything in terms of stats, just not their skill moves, weak foot, and work rates. So you would have noticed here, as a defender, you cannot improve skill moves. That's a little bit of a shame. It would have been cool. You can make your own, Marcelos. That would have been really fun, having a 5-star weak foot, a 5-star skill moves wing back. That'd be really good fun. But you can do weak foot, you can do attacking and defensive work rates. So for sure, I think Bellerin, he's already rapid, he's very decent at dribbling. I would want to improve his defending stats. So it's between wide back, which would improve his passing as well, or I would go with the defensive wide back, which will improve his defensive work rates. He's got 12 weeks until he hits 81. We'll select that. So he's going to improve his strength, his aggression, his stamina, all of those defending stats as well, and his reactions. You'll see it would normally improve his acceleration, but it's already at such a high level, it's not going to do that. Let's do another example. We've got Genduzi here, who has a high defensive work rate, a medium attacking. Let's say I want to improve his skill moves and his attacking work rate. Let's see if we can do both in one go. So we'll go into development plans, and we will find one that improves his skill moves, which I think is central midfield. It is indeed. So that's not going to do his work rate. I want to get him high. That's what I want to do. So what I would do then is improve his skill moves first, maybe. We get 3 chevrons here, so that will go quite quickly. And as soon as he hits 4-star skill moves, I would then swap him over to box, and that is going to improve his attacking work rate. So this, for me, is such a great feature because you constantly have to monitor this. You're going to have to keep coming back, making sure that one drill is finished and you want to go on to the next one. You want to make sure your players are getting the most out of their time in development, in training, and making sure that you're keeping your squad as good as it can be. It requires a lot more effort, and that is, I think, the reason why I prefer this career mode so much more than the last one or any of them before, because it is much more of a micromanagement experience, I guess is the word. You're doing so much more with the squad. You're not just simply playing games. You're actually coming in and you're adjusting things all the time, which I think is really cool. There's not much else I can really explain here. Traits, for example, they just come automatically. If you improve all of their stats one by one, they're just going to get better and better traits. You can't really improve their height. You can't really change their preferred foot. But in general, guys, development plans are absolutely awesome. I love it. And if you ever want to check what they're on, by the way, you can just go into this tab here. You can go into their plans. You can see everyone's on balanced here except from the ones I changed. So that's a quick way to double check what's going on if you switch over to the development tab using R1, L1. But yeah, I'm really happy with this system. I like it a lot. Hopefully you guys have learned something in this video. Hopefully you're enjoying the FIFA 21 career mode videos. Again, thank you to EA for letting me do this. It is awesome. And I'll see you guys in the next video.